I finally got my email from Big Bad Toy Store saying that my XO6 Spock was just about ready to arrive, which means it'll probably be another maybe week before I have it in my hands. But that's pretty exciting. In fact, I started watching Mirror Mirror just to remind myself. Um, so this would be my first XO6. This is not XO6. This is obviously Quantum Mechanix Spock. Somebody in my comments mentioned that uh, the designer of these figures, of the quantum mechanics figures, actually started XO6, and that kind of makes sense. That quantum mechanics seems to be getting out of the 1/6 scale, and then XO6 is starting up. So on the XO6 website, I actually have a story of the founder Schubert Tam. And it goes through, and one of the things it mentions in there is that, let's see, um, that he left his job in 2016, his 20-year career. And so that would be 6 years ago. But I think that's believable, I guess, given the amount of the time it takes to put out one of these figures, it can take several years. So possibly Sulu was his final figure, and now he's gone on and founded XO6. XO6, unlike quantum mechanics, focuses strictly on Star Trek. I've not seen anything. In fact, they strictly are Star Trek 1/12 figures. Quantum mechanics did all sorts of different things. And so if you go in here, let's see. So this is the newest figure, Commander Michael Burnham. I'm not aware of the character, but let's see. So the different, let's see. Here are the different figures they have. Captain Sisko, Tuvok. There you have Sulu from Mirror Universe. And then Michael Burnham. Yeah, I believe that they got Discovery. So every one of these products is a 1/6 scale figure. So you have in here First Contact, Voyager, the original series, and Next Generation. So they've got a much broader scope in the shows than what quantum mechanics was doing, which I don't believe ever did anything outside of the original series and the Next Generation. So my figure should be arriving soon, and I'm pretty excited. But this is the quantum mechanics Spock, and look at that facial sculpt. That is really amazing. Now, I did see some areas where I thought maybe it didn't quite. If I go in here and I look, are the eyes too close together? I don't know. I felt like it wasn't absolutely perfect, but then again, I think what I found is that figures that are more iconic, more recognizable, uh, I find more flaws in. And so I think with Leonard Nimoy, if there's any flaw, because I recognize his face so well, but it's also possible that you just never look at him at this angle. So maybe it looks like an odd angle because he never stares straight at the camera. Here in my video, he actually looks pretty darn good. So this is a really, really fantastic figure. Again, I have no issues with anything regarding articulation. The articulation is smooth. The outfit is perfect. Everything on this figure is perfect. And that's what makes it so difficult for me to even discuss these figures, because I have no issues with them. I certainly have issues. I have a lot of issues with my Hot Toys figures. The Hot Toys, I exclusively collected DC Comics figures, and every one of them had issues. And almost well, a majority of my Big Chief Studio James Bond figures had issues, but there is a certain simplicity in the Star Trek figures, in their outfits. It's kind of hard. I mean, I'm sure you could get it wrong. You could use maybe a fabric that isn't that great, or, I'm sure that there's something you can get wrong, but I'm just really looking forward to getting the Exo 6 to see if they have even taken it further beyond what quantum mechanics was doing. And so there's a little bit of a preview. Let's see. Star Trek, as if there were anything else. They're all Star Trek. Oh. Okay, so here is the figure that I should be getting very shortly. And there is the Spock with a goatee and his modified uniform. So we'll see. I mean, it looks amazing here. I think there's maybe a little bit more detailing in the hair, but we'll see when they're next to each other whether it really looks that good. I think that this is a slightly higher price, but I'm not sure that I think I paid about $200 for it. So, which I think is a perfectly reasonable price given what you get. So yeah, this is the quantum mechanics. This figure is probably hard to get. I mean, you can get it, but you're going to pay well above the original price. I got mine in they re-released it, and so I'm sure that maybe collectors who want to purchase them as an investment may not have been too happy. But if it were not for the re-release, I would not have him. So I'm always of the mindset that you should get the figures into as many collectors' hands or as many fans' hands as possible. So I have no problem with re-release. And if they re-released it again and it sold well, I wouldn't have an issue with that, because I think that the whole point of this shouldn't be investment. It should be about having as many fans as possible enjoy the figure.